Victoria Melody, and I'm an artist. I'm also an anthropologist, and I embed myself into Britain's really niche communities for a very long time, and I make work with those communities and about them. And I was invited here today to talk about what it's like out there in the industry for artists right now. And the answer is easy. It's bleak! But I thought I can't just do 10 minutes on how crap it is. Because I know artists are feeling it, venues are feeling it, organisations are feeling it, we're all feeling it. I was also asked about how I've dealt with the challenges over the years, and I thought, well, I can't just talk about me for 10 minutes. I need at least an hour for that. So what I decided to do is to not fulfil my remit and just talk about what I want to talk about, which is pigeons. I love pigeons. And more than pigeons, I love the actual people that raise pigeons, pigeon fanciers. Oh, by the way, don't expect this pigeon thing to come back as a clever metaphor for theatre. It's just pigeons from now on. So we've been raising pigeons in this country now since 1880, which is a really long time. And during the First and Second World War, pigeon fanciers donated their pigeons to soldiers, and then soldiers would jump out of airplanes with their pigeon in their pocket and then release them with a message explaining where their whereabouts were. And one of the most famous pigeons ever, Cherami, was there was 400 soldiers that were trapped, and they were just about to get shot by their own people, so they released Cherami, who got shot in the breast, got one eye shot out, and got his leg shot off, but he still managed to deliver the whereabouts, saving 400 people's lives. Yeah. And you can still see Cherami to this day. He's stuffed in Smithsonian Museum in Washington. He's got a little peg leg. And I once put a camera on a pigeon and released it in various locations around Brighton. And it basically flew on top of a tower block, and that was it. And I was really disappointed that like normal pigeons don't have as an exciting life as Cherami. And pigeons have won more medals for animal bravery than any other creature. The fastest pigeon ever was recorded at going 110 miles per hour. I know some of you are now thinking, she is talking about pigeons. Yes, she is. And the most expensive pigeon ever sold for £1.6 million. And the pigeon fanciers get really kind of glazed-eyed when they talk about that pigeon, because they say he never has to work another day in his life. All he's going to do is live in this luxury loft and be let outside to fly in this nice little garden, and he's just going to have loads and loads of sex. That's his only job. And although we've been on the moon and we can get Botox and fillers for our faces to make us look young but look like cats, although we can do all of this science, we still don't know how pigeons get home. So I've been hanging out with pigeon fanciers now since 2008, and I give out trophies for them at their award ceremonies every year. I've been on the BBC on a documentary as a pigeon expert. Like, in the pigeon world, I am someone. And I still hang around with all the pigeon fanciers now, and I've known them all now for over 16 years, and a lot has changed over those 16 years. Brexit means now it's too expensive for them to raise their pigeons abroad. The cost of living crisis means that the cost of corn has trebled, and climate change means that the pigeons are losing their homing instinct and they're getting lost and they don't know how to get home anymore. So So the pigeon fanciers, a lot of them are giving up, and they are out of disappointment, but also they can't afford to do it anymore. And so we're going to lose this way of life, this important piece of our culture and history, unless they learn to diversify. When I go up to my favourite pigeon lofts in Brighton, there's 5 different generations of family there. Ronnie, he's 85 years old, and he sits in his shed, and he has like a little gas ring on to make his tea, and there's no CO2 alarm, and he has the door closed, and he just chain smokes. And he just had a triple heart bypass, but he doesn't care. He just sits in his shed smoking in his kind of health and safety nightmare, looking at his pigeons. And then there are all these generational family, and they're all quite like sweary, tattooed, kind of alpha male men. But they bathe these pigeons in mineral baths individually, and they feed them vitamins, and they're on organic diets that are better than the pigeon fanciers are on themselves. And if a pigeon injures themselves, then they'll get some needle or thread and they'll sew the pigeon back together again. They train them every single day. Like Ronnie has been going up to his loft for 78 years, every day, Christmas Day, everything, at 5 a.m. to let the pigeons out. I went up there at the beginning of the season, and a fox had got in and killed all of Ronnie's pigeons. And I found Ronnie in tears, and he said, "I'm 85 and I don't know if I'll be able to live another season, to see another season happen." And then this bloke called Darren turned up. And Darren is one of the best pigeon racers in Britain, and he has these lofts, and he sells his pigeons for tens of thousands of pounds. And he came and he had 5 baby pigeons that he gave to Ronnie. They're called squabs. And he gave Ronnie these squabs. And then someone else turned up and gave Ronnie 1 pigeon. And then someone else turned up and gave Ronnie another pigeon. And by the end of the day, Ronnie's loft was full again of baby pigeons. And he can't race them yet. You know, he's going to have to train them and feed them up and all of that. And then these blokes, they just hung around, drinking tea, taking the mickey out of each other. And Ronnie's son, Tracy, was like, "That fox has done you a favour. Your birds are a piece of crap. You might have a chance of winning now." And this was a community that was pulling together to support one another when the chips are down. And so this was the bit when I was writing this that I thought, oh, I'm not going to get paid for this. So maybe I should write something about theatre. So I wrote this. Just like the pigeon fanciers, artists need that same community and spirit and support right now. Just as the pigeon people showed up for each other, pooling resources when one of their own was struggling, we need a similar sense of solidarity within our theatre and arts communities. Our challenges are real. Limited funding, smaller audiences, reduced programming spaces, and fewer opportunities for risk-taking. I'm making a show at the moment that we're making probably next year, that's going to hopefully open next year, and I'm making it with Mark Thomas. And Mark Thomas has his own TV programme, and I'm really big in the pigeon world, yet we are struggling to get support. So if that's happening with us, then imagine what's happening with younger emerging artists. There feels like there's a growing divide between artists and venues, with artists needing more support and venues facing their own financial struggles. Artists and venues were all feeling the squeeze, and the way forward has to involve mutual understanding and action. Mutual understanding and action. Artists and venues, we all need each other to exist. So let's all start communicating better as equals. Let's support one another by sitting around and drinking tea and taking the piss out of each other. And then I thought, oh, it'd be nice just to round this all off with a sentence. And so I put it into ChatGPT, and he helped me with this last sentence. Because, just like pigeons, when we work together, there's a much better chance we'll find our way home.